Howdy folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I have a gift request from Renegade for Dwight, aka Renee Mooberry, and I am going with this one. Okay, so Renee made a gift to the channel. Firstly, thank you for the gift, Renee, and for the request. And Renee is a huge Dwight Yoakam fan, worldwide #1 Dwight Yoakam fan, which I have labeled her as, therefore it is true. So this isn't a music reaction, this is just more information, which is pretty cool. I mean, Dwight's life and trajectory professionally as an actor, as a musician, all that, they're so intertwined, but he's mostly a philosopher. I mean, everything he does well, but it's because he's in some ways an extremist or a perfectionist, both. But it's because he thinks a lot and he puts a lot of the pieces together. But he was gifted with just one of these voices that works, and he figured out what works. He stuck to it through hard times. But then this is what Renee said. She said, this isn't a music video, but it's a video of when Dwight received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on June 5th, 2003. Not the clearest quality, but you'll see him bring his mom up and Buck is there. So let's do this, shall we? It's good, you know, when you hear somebody sing or you get some of their background. Like if you look at Jewel's background, for example, I read her book about 15 years ago or whenever it came out. It's 500 some pages, I think. And to find out the hardship that she lived with in her life is just beyond, almost unfathomable. Because you look at them as superstars and you think, oh, they just had these great lives. And you're like, no, they're real human beings who happen to be worldwide, have a worldwide audience and success like this. That isn't who they are, like, through and through. And so I like seeing what these people have. So let's see that he now has his star as of 2003.
In the late grade, Golden State is getting hard to negotiate. When you was flipped from a grand face in the late grade from Golden State.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our newest addition to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Dwight Yoakam.
How big is this block? Because there's so many people who have stars. Wearing a signature hat.
I'm going noteless, Johnny. Johnny, thank you very much. You know what this does allow me to do is have a moment to, every time I think about the placard in the sidewalk here, I will know that to me in my heart it acknowledges people that touched my life before I ever had a record deal, before I ever came to California. Beyond the personal side of people touching my life.
This is my first time ever doing it.
My experience here in California, I've said many times over the years that I was born in Kentucky, raised in Ohio, but I grew up in California because I got here when I was 20 years old. I really feel like I came to fruition as an adult here, and I began writing and recording here in earnest. And this will always be home. The club scene that I played in LA was a critical part of what I was doing, and it developed and shaped me, and it allowed us to launch my career. Things like the Byrds' Sweetheart of the Rodeo album will be acknowledged by me every time I think about this star. People like Graham Parsons, Clarence White, Emmylou Harris, who was, somebody asked me yesterday what brought me to California, and I'm not usually succinct, and I'm not being very succinct now, but Emmylou Harris, to put it succinctly, is one of the things that brought me to California. So I acknowledge Emmylou Harris every time I think about this star. Also, Pete Anderson, who has worked with me since 1982, we played together. Pete Anderson is acknowledged every time I think about this star. All the guys that were in the band originally were Babylonian Cowboys and have worked with me on every record. And again, all the fans that have come to the clubs over the years that I've played here in LA, from the Lingerie and the Palomino, Tommy Thomas is long gone, but not forgotten by me and other musicians that played there over the many years. This star acknowledges Tommy Thomas every time I think of it. It acknowledges going back even further in my life, it acknowledges a man named Luther Tibbs and a woman named Earlene Tibbs, who were my grandparents in southeast Kentucky.
Yeah.
And it also acknowledges my mother, who I'm fortunate to still have in this life and who's been able to come out here and share the day with me. Mom, what's your name?
Ah, that's so nice. He got to bring his mama up.
My mother, Ruth Ann Tibbs. So thank you all again. It's a long way from Pikeville, Kentucky, huh? We started out a long time together in Pikeville, Kentucky.
Pikeville.
I'm glad she was able to come out today and share with me. And thank you all.
That's beautiful.
What a sneak.
What a sneak.
Vince Vaughn, by the way, and thank you, Vince, for coming out here. Thank you all very much for coming to see us today.
All right, let's move down and unveil the star. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Dwight Yoakam.
That's all. You know, whoever came up with the idea to do that, it was a really good idea. Because I know, like, I have a brick. I'm a Rutgers grad and sports fan, and which is frustrating, at times exhilarating, but mostly frustrating. But right by the statue that the football team walks by and rubs the foot of before going into the stadium before football games, you could buy a brick, and they're different sized bricks. And, you can inscribe it with, your name, your graduating class's name, some little message in honor of somebody, whatever. It's really nice. And I have a 12 by 12 inch brick right by the statue. And I bought it before people started buying tons of them. So mine is actually, the players don't know this, but they wind up stepping on my brick as they walk. They rub the foot here, and then they walk on this side, and on the way in a couple hours before the game. They call it the Scarlet Walk. And I love my brick. And I just know what it means, but I read the other bricks too to see when did the people graduate? What's their story? And this is the same thing. It was just brilliant going back. I don't Greta Garbo or whoever, but how far does this sidewalk go? And it goes around the block because there are so many stars that they honor. Okay, it's grainy. That's not Buck Owens down there with it.
No, ladies, simmer down a minute. We would like to have Dwight here every day on the Walk of Fame, but his schedule will not permit that. I want you, Dwight, to put this in a prominent place in your bus.
Thank you. I will.
And if you put it in the window, you'll never get another parking ticket. And if you believe that.
Johnny Dwight, to right, please.
Yeah, it's a bootleg copy here.
Okay.
Everybody on your right. Gentlemen over here.
On the right.
On
On the right. Stop to your right.
Looks like Buck.
Guys, to get it this way to the right.
You're right, sorry. Right.
There we go.
Good luck.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Mr. Vaughn.
Come on.
Right, right.
What a job being a camera person.
Gentlemen, Dwight.
Right. To your right, right.
Dwight. Right here. More right. 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 Right to him. More right. Right. This way. Right. Looking right there. More on your right. Right to your right. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got his guitar. Even to plug it in? He's there for being an actor, but they give him his guitar.
Right in the corner, please. Right, you right, please. Right in the right place. Thank you. Right, you're right.
Yes. Yes. Ruth Ann. Right out here, please.
Right, Ruth Ann, right, please.
That's his mom flew in from Pikeville, Kentucky.
One more to your right.
Thanks, down here, please. Thanks,
Right here.
right and long on the corner. Right and long on the...
All right. Well, there you go. That's Dwight getting his star. I love that. You know, I love seeing people succeed. He went into acting. I mean, he was in plays in high school and stuff. And but he's there with his guitar, and yet his fame for the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm pretty sure. I mean, do people who were exclusively musicians, like would Eric Clapton have a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame? I don't know. I don't know how they categorize it, because now with videos and music videos, that's Hollywood-ish. So anyway, all right, guys, that's from Renegade for Dwight. And maybe one day you'll get out to California and walk on a star. That'd be pretty cool for you, Renee. All right, and you're not that far from it. You're in Vegas. Geez, what are you, like an 8-hour drive to Hollywood? I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you on another video. Maybe follow your dreams if you can afford it. Keep rocking the country.
So thank you all again.